Alright, we are affixed, and we are at Martinsville Speedway. Just going to go over, I'll get the car set up. I've got the steering ratio maxed out at 16 to 1. I have my brake bias down about 9 or 6 whole percent from the default. So it starts at a whole number, so 6% lower than whatever the fixed setup loadout is. We'll put you at 59% front brake bias. My lap time was a 19.556, and out of this entire session I've put down about 120 laps, just trying to continue to try to qualify and do some laps and race around with people. Once I made it to this lap, I was much easier to get below what my highest was, which was like a 19.7 something. Just laying that down, so we're going to go out here and take a look at where. It's actually going into the race, and that's not what we want to do. Now we want to go back to our fastest lap. So the lap prior to this, should I say, this was my first lap. So we're going to get up as high as we can, drive it down the bottom, and just hammer it coming off of there, try to keep it as down as we can. Now my braking point was roughly the Chevrolet bow tie on the inside wall. Just after we passed it, we're on a lot of brake to get us slowed down, and then we're gonna enter the corner. Now, as we are starting to turn in, looks like turn in was roughly, we started a light turn in right around that spot in the fence back here. While under heavy braking to get down into the turn. We're going to enter on this in this section of the between these two seams. Drive it down to the bottom, decreasing the brake pressure as we get down here. We got off it at about the subway sign here. Wait a second, did I circle something that you can't see because it's not on the monitor? Start picking the brake back up once the center bar got to roughly that subway sign. And we just got some light braking until we get into the back in the throttle just a little bit. Notice the car's really starting to drive down, and then as we get closer to the black set of signs here, start picking the throttle back up harder until we can just hammer down off the corner, up against the wall, somewhere after this wall. Yeah, somewhere after that wall and before those double hash marks on the wall there, we started braking. And again, it was heavy brake to get in there, lessening it as we get in. We want to start as close to the top of the asphalt, or sorry, the concrete spot on that track, and let the braking and the turning of the wheel turn the car down about as close to the bottom as we can get. Looks like we definitely drifted up here in the middle. There's the subway sign where we start to get back on the throttle. About the same spot here, we get on it a little bit. And then as we get closer to this black sign, we can start to pick that throttle up somewhere within there when the car feels like it's going to let you get back out of it. and hammer that throttle coming back off the corner. That was a 19.556. I know there's more speed left here because I have gotten it in there a little bit deeper and just basically got in the center of the corner and just carried more speed in the center from entry to the center of the corner as it was still slowing down instead of being a little more conservative and braking. But I either picked the throttle up too early coming off the corner and would lose some of it. I had subtracted time on that and was going to have a better time coming down the back straightaway. But I think just some pushing it too hard, driving it into this turn, I lost control, spun it going into the turn multiple times, and when I just didn't carry enough speed in the center of the corner as it was slowing down to, should I say, that was where I mostly saw the green on the relative. I'd get in there, pick up a lot of speed going through there, and then just would lose a lot of it coming off. I think there's still a little bit of a sweet spot in there someplace that I just haven't found, but I think you can get a little bit more speed. Fastest time in the session was like a 19.4. Yeah, just faster than what I had so far. So I think that's pretty decent. There's not a lot of people in the session, so I don't know what's going to hold up on as we get into different splits. But I think at least some of those spots, being able to see that, both the throttle and the braking, as well as the turn-in points, and be able to rewatch that will hopefully help you get a faster lap time here at Martinsville in the A-Fixed Cup car.